are you doing today?
I'm really good, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, tell me a little bit about everybody. It's well aware now you've set the fastest time for crossing the English Channel. Tell us about that swim.
Look, I mean, I've spent honestly since World Champs last year, pretty much since then, I've just been preparing for the English Channel, just getting my body ready, putting on extra weight, doing some really long marathons. Um, Look, just doing a lot of just mental training as well, and look, I got over to Dover like 2 weeks ago. I had like a week and a half to acclimatise, and then I ended up swimming. And lucky for me, just I had a perfect day. The wind was good, the tide was good. I mean, it was pretty flat for most of the way, and I had the best pilot out there, so everything came together for me.
Well, so much goes into it, Trent, as I'm sure our viewers will understand, or at least can conceptualize. But you were 2 minutes ahead of Peter's time, and 2 minutes for that distance is like a thousandth of a second, in pool terms. Uh,
Yeah.
what were you? Did you have any idea where you were during the swim with regard to the time?
Yeah, I definitely did. It was actually 2 minutes 50 seconds. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like after the first hour, like I had my crew, they were on the boat, so we had a whiteboard, so they were relaying messages pretty much the whole of the like 7 hours. So after the first hour, they held up a sign saying I was 3 minutes under a Peters record. And after about 3 hours, they held up another sign saying I was seven minutes under Peters record. Then I kind of held 7 minutes up to about 5 hours. Then from the fifth to the sixth hour, I just went through a really, I just lost it mentally a little bit. Just went through a bit of a rough patch. And look, I was able to hold on in the end, and there's 3 minutes, 2 minutes 50 under Peter's record.
Well, tell me a little bit about. I think that's an important thing. I'd like to explore a little bit more when you're talking about hitting that rough patch.
Yes.
Again, I think it's so hard for anybody to understand what it's like to go so hard for so long. What do you mean by that rough patch?
That's it. I mean, I went 6 hours, 55 minutes, just flat out pretty much. And I mean, when you swim that long, that fast, you're bound to go through rough patches. And my rough patch was from the fifth to the sixth hour. Like I was just physically, I was hurting. Mentally, I just couldn't concentrate. I was getting very frustrated with my crew. Just lots of little things. Like I was letting all the little things affect me, and that really shouldn't have been affecting me. And I just lost it mentally there for a little bit. But look, with about an hour to go, I managed to refocus and kind of hold it all together. So I was very lucky.
Well, tell me a little bit about what was going into this in terms of pool training. What did you feel you needed to train at for, say, give us a breakdown, say, 100-meter pace in a pool for a swim like this.
Yeah, well, look, all my training's done in the pool. Most of it's like leading into this swimming this channel. You don't really need too much speed work. It's more endurance,
Hmm.
the aerobic fitness. So that's like months leading into this. We tweaked our program a little bit, and it's very aerobic based. But look, before I swam the channel, I worked out if I could swim 112 pace, that would probably be 10 minutes under Peter's record. So I felt as though I could swim 112 pace for the channel. Um, but that's what I was trying to do. I was aiming to swim 112 pace for the whole of the 7 hours. I think it worked out to probably be 113, 114 pace that I ended up swimming.
Well, tell us about that 112 pace. So, in a training session, would you get in and just do straight 2Ks, 1Ks? I mean, what would a typical training session look like? I know typical is kind of an arbitrary word, but what was it like? What were your sessions like in the pool?
Oh, definitely. I mean, everything was I guess aimed towards holding as fast a time as I could per 100, using as little energy as I could. So everything we were doing our heart rate sessions, like our Saturday morning sessions, they're very long. They can be anywhere from 10K to 20 kilometers. So I mean, especially the Saturday morning ones, is really trying to get that pace, my target pace I needed to hold for the English Channel. So all those sessions are aimed towards holding a fast time for as long as I could, using as less energy as I could.
It's really is amazing. But I think to add on to this, I'd like people to really understand is you had a really intense FINA Grand Prix series throughout the summer as well. The two work hand in hand, but how did that go? I mean, you're the 2012 FINA Grand Prix champion. I mean, what's going on there? How's that feel?
Yeah, oh look, that feels awesome too. It's I mean, it's the first time Peter Stoyachek hasn't won it in like 10 years. So I mean, that's pretty special to me to have that title. It means a lot to me. But look, I mean, I think these Grand Prix races I did, all of them, they played a specific part in getting my body ready for this English Channel. I mean, it's swimming marathons. The more you swim, the more acclimatized your body becomes to swimming them. So I think it was very important to do as many marathons as I could leading up to it. I think like the 2 months before I actually swam the English Channel, I did 6 other marathons around the world. Most of them were the Grand Prix ones.
Well, tell me about what was going on at the finish. I was with your brothers, with Cody and Ridge up in San Francisco when this all went down, and they were telling me that there was you didn't know exactly at that second, or at least they didn't know. What did you know precisely when you touched land that you had it, or was there still some calculation to be done?
Well, look, with about an hour to go of the swim, when I wasn't too far from I could see the French coastline anyway. My coach held up a sign saying I had 4.2 kilometers to swim in 1 hour 10 minutes. And when I saw that sign, I was quietly confident I could still scrape in there. And then my next sign said I had 2.7 kilometers to swim in 44 minutes to be under Peter's time. And I think my next one was I had 1,500 to swim in 30 minutes. And then my last sign said I had 500 to swim in 10 minutes. And I guess when I saw the last sign, 500 to swim in 10 minutes, I knew I'd had the record then.
So did you know when you touched land that you had the record, or was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was 95% sure because I was sure I swam the last 500 in under 10 minutes, but I didn't even know my exact time till I got back on the boat, and that's when they told me it was 6 hours 55 minutes flat.
Well, it sure was exciting news. It sure resonated, particularly in this day and age, throughout the swimming community. And when I saw it, I was really happy for you. Tell me, Trent, what's next, and what's on your agenda now? Where's your sights set?
Well, I mean, obviously World Championships the next year, so I'd really like to be there, and not only to be there, but just to win the gold medal in possibly the 10 and the 25K. That's my next goal, to win a gold medal at World Championships. And I mean, I'd also love to go back to England and maybe get the record for the double crossing too.
Oh wow! Yeah. Would you ever think you would have thought that? Say when you finished, did you think you'd ever want to do anything? You ever want to swim that again?
No, I didn't. But I mean, it was kind of a couple of days after I started thinking about it. But it's really weird when you swim the channel. It's like you just get caught up in the hype, and it's hard to explain. But it's just I don't think you can exactly know what it's like to have actually swum it. It's everyone that swims the channel is just absolutely love it, and you get hooked. Like that's why I want to go back again, and maybe not next year, but maybe the year after I'll do the double crossing.
And I guess it goes without saying, but we should make people aware that I'm sure you're looking at 2016, and that's prime on your radar as well.
Oh, that definitely is. Look, I mean, an Olympic gold medal would just be absolutely awesome. So look, I'm going to keep swimming till 2016. So hopefully everything falls into place, and I'll be there.
Well, Trent, I'm honored to know you. I admire you as an athlete, and I particularly admire you as a person. You're a great champion through and through, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk.
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for having me on the show.